You is clear? All right. Once again, people, this is my Telegram channel. Any queries, whatever you have, you may send it over here. Please also send the PYQs of public administration into this channel only in the PDF format. So after you join this channel, there is a discussion channel which you also have to join, and there you will find a attachment, a clip attachment symbol is there. Attach your answers and send it here. All right. Now continuing with our discussion. So we wound up with Elton. പഴയതായിട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത് Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, there was a goof up from my end. It was a wrong PPT. So, continuing our discussion, this is the Telegram channel, people. Any queries that you have, please send it over here. Please send your answers also in the PDF format from 2013 into this channel only. In the PDF format, please. First, you join the channel, and there is a discussion channel connected to it. Join there. Down below, you will be able to chat with me, and also there is a pin mark is there, a folder. Pin ka ek mark hai. Click on that, and you can send your answer in the PDF format. Clear? Now, continuing our discussion on Bernard. Bernard's topic again, when we took up, he gave importance to communication. He gave importance to informal communication, informal groups. And he basically told communication itself is authority. So, authority फिर क्या है? That is what we are going to see today. What did he say about authority? Let us look into that. All the classical thinkers believed that authority originates at the top and rests with the position. सारे के सारे orders ऊपर से आएगा and it is attached with the position, not with the individual. जैसे कि डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर आप लोग कल बनोगे, आप डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर का जो पोस्ट जो है वहां पर आप ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं. वंस योर स्टिंट एज कलेक्टर इज ओवर, यू बिकम अंडर सेक्रेटरी, जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. तो आप जैसे जैसे एक एक पोस्ट आप आपके कैरियर में आप ज्वाइन करेंगे, आप जब वो ऑफिस से निकलेंगे, इवन व्हेन यू लीव द डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर्स ऑफिस, यू आर नॉट कैरिंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट कलेक्टर टैग विथ यू. इट्स ओवर. Once you become UPSC chairman, you are the UPSC chairman. That's it. जैसे निकल कर आएगा, you will be what? You will be just an individual. Clear? It is Bernard who stressed that authority doesn't lie in the position, hierarchy or post, but it depends upon acceptance of subordinates. यानी कि अगर कोई ऊपर है, अथॉरिटी के पोजीशन में है, तो वो उसके काबिलियत के वजह से या फिर उसकी टैलेंट के वजह से या उसके पर्सनालिटी के वजह से कुछ भी हो सकता है. लेकिन बर्नार्ड के हिसाब से एक आदमी अगर पोजीशन ऑफ अथॉरिटी पर है तो वो इसलिए है क्योंकि उसके सबऑर्डिनेट्स ने उससे उसके टॉप पोजीशन को मान लिया है, एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है. दिस इज व्हाट बर्नार्ड इज टेलिंग. Person is in a position of authority only because the subordinates have accepted it. This is almost like telling the acceptance theory of authority. तो ये आपको देखने के लिए मिलेंगे पॉलिटिक्स में ज्यादा से ज्यादा, दैट टू इन इंडियन पॉलिटिक्स. Film industry. Only if people accept you, you are going to be a superstar. Only if people accept you, you are going to be a politician. You are going to win the election. Getting the point? All these industries are highly based on what? Whether people are ready to accept you. True. He takes a consensual view of authority. Consensual, यानी कि agreement. Consensus का मतलब है हम सब सहमत है उस फैसले से. Consensus. We are in agreement. तो कंसेंशुअल व्यू ऑफ अथॉरिटी मींस मेरा सुपीरियर पोजीशन आप लोग मान रहे हैं, दैट इज व्हाट इट इज. फॉर हिम अथॉरिटी इज अ बॉटम अप अप्रोच. अथॉरिटी शुड कम फ्रॉम द बॉटम, मतलब सबऑर्डिनेट्स जिनको मानते हैं कि भाई इससे बनना है हमारा सुपीरियर, वो बन जाएगा सुपीरियर. अगर सबऑर्डिनेट्स नहीं मानते हैं तो निकाल दो उससे. It flows from subordinate to seniors. He further divides authority into two types: objective authority, subjective authority. Objective authority arises from subordinates' willingness to respect his seniors, whereas subjective authority depends upon how subordinate interprets an order. Objective authority का मतलब है subordinates' willingness to respect his seniors. विलिंग है सीनियर को रेस्पेक्ट करने के लिए, यानी कि क्लासिकल थिंकर्स, हायरार्की, ब्यूरोक्रेसी है ना, जूनियर्स रेस्पेक्ट देयर सीनियर्स. That is objective. Why am I respecting the senior? Because his rank is one step more than me, so I am respecting him or her. Whereas subjective authority depends upon how subordinate interprets an order. Subordinate कैसे interpret करेगा इसके ऊपर depend करेगा. He will follow the order only if he or she understands the order. He or she finds the order is consistent with the goal of organization. Order is consistent with his or her own goals. He has the mental and physical capacity to follow the orders. अब सब्जेक्टिव क्या है? सब्जेक्टिव अथॉरिटी का मतलब यह है कि ऑर्डर्स फॉलो करने के लिए कुछ कंडीशंस सैटिस्फाई करना जरूरी है. वो क्या है? पहले जो भी ऑर्डर मुझे मिल रहा है, एम आई एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट? सिंपली मीन्स द कम्युनिकेशन should be clear. He finds that the order is consistent with the goal of the organization. जो भी ऑर्डर मुझे मिला है वो उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के गोल के साथ सहमत है. आई एम नॉट गिविंग एनी ऑर्डर विच गोज अगेंस्ट द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. Then it is fine. Then it will be followed. Order is consistent with his or her own goals. मतलब as a superior I gave an order. First two conditions are satisfied. It is very clear. Second condition is it is exactly according to the goals of the organization. Third, personally or career wise it will help the subordinate. सबॉर्डिनेट अगर वो ऑर्डर फॉलो किया तो उसके भी खुद का टारगेट्स अचीव करने के लिए मदद करेगा. 3, लास्ट वर्ड, he has the mental and physical capacity to follow the orders. Is the subordinate having the mental and physical kabiliyat to carry out the order? These are the 4 things. This is what subjective authority Bernard is trying to put forward. Objective authority is what classical thinkers put forward. Any doubts still here? कोई शक? To ensure enduring cooperation of an individual and an organization, 3 conditions are needed. When the orders issued in an organization are in accordance with above 4 conditions, when orders fall within the zone of indifference, when the group influences the individual, resulting in the stability of zone of indifference. अगर हमेशा हमेशा के लिए आप चाहते हैं कि एक इंडिविजुअल कॉपरेट करे ग्रुप के साथ, 3 कंडीशंस सैटिस्फाई कर होना जरूरी है. नंबर 1, द अबव 4 कंडीशंस. व्हाट आर द अबव 4 कंडीशंस? ऑर्डर समझ में आना चाहिए, ऑर्डर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल के साथ सहमत होना चाहिए, इंडिविजुअल गोल्स के साथ सहमत होना चाहिए. लास्ट वन, उस सबॉर्डिनेट के पास मेंटल और फिजिकल काबिलियत होना चाहिए टू कैरी आउट द ऑर्डर. दैट इज द फर्स्ट कंडीशन. सेकेंड, इट शुड फॉल विद इन द जोन ऑफ इंडिफरेंस. Orders should fall within the zone of indifference. Third, when the group influences the individual, resulting in the stability of zone of indifference. Group should be able to influence the individual. This will stabilize the zone of indifference. अब क्या है ये zone of indifference? Zone of indifference का मतलब है, don't get scared with the term. It is a creation by the thinker, that is Chester Bernard. Orders that falls inside the zone. Okay, if the order is inside the zone, yes, ऑर्डर अगर जोन के इनसाइड आ रहे हैं इट विल बी ओबेड. ऑर्डर अगर आउटसाइड आ रहे हैं, नो, एग्जैक्टली बॉर्डर पर 50-50 कुछ भी हो सकता है. लिसन भी कर सकते हैं, नॉट ओबे भी कर सकते हैं. गेटिंग द पॉइंट. सो व्हाट इज द जोन ऑफ इंडिफरेंस बेसिकली? वो क्या है ये जोन? ही हैज नॉट क्लियरली डिफाइंड इट. बर्नार्ड हैज नॉट क्लियरली सेड ये क्या है, ये चीज क्या है ये जोन. बात सिर्फ इतना है कि जो चीज से वो ही, दैट इज जो ऑर्डर्स जिसके साथ पूरे ग्रुप, द इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप ऑफ वर्कर्स या सबॉर्डिनेट्स या पीपल, कुछ भी हो सकता है, सुनने के बाद उन्हें लग रहा है हां भाई ये हम कर सकते हैं, those orders are considered to be falling within the zone of indifference. सुनने के बाद अगर उनको लग रहा है नहीं 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 ये हम नहीं कर सकते, that will fall outside the zone of indifference. Getting the point here? He has not clearly specified zone of indifference क्या है. He has just talked about a zone. That's it. All right. Let us take it up a little more further. Bernard's principle of good executive conduct states that orders which cannot be obeyed should not be issued. In other words, only those things which your subordinates will listen or obey, you should only issue those orders. Indirectly, he is trying to say, Hamesha, he's trying to say, think from the perspective of सबॉर्डिनेट्स. सबॉर्डिनेट के तरफ से सोच लो, क्या वो लोग ये करने में खुश होंगे? अगर नहीं होंगे तो वो ऑर्डर मत इश्यू करो. वही ऑर्डर्स इश्यू करो जिन्हें उन्हें खुशी मिल जाए. दैट्स द पॉइंट. इन मॉडर्न सेंस इफ वी वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट, ये मॉडर्न सेंस में इसका कोई अगर एग्जाम्पल है, आई विल टेल यू. In Indian scenario, the best example for this is freebie. Freebies are falling within the zone of indifference. And if you notice right now, 2024 के लोकसभा इलेक्शन ले लो आप, state elections following the Lok Sabha elections भी ले लो आप, you can clearly see freebies का announcements by both by the ruling party or the opposition party has suddenly started increasing like anything. जो पार्टी सबसे ज्यादा फ्रीबीज अनाउंस कर रहे हैं, वी कैन सी दैट दे आर द वंस हु आर विनिंग और दे आर द वंस हु आर गेटिंग मोर वोट्स. पूरी तरीके से इफ दे डोंट विन ऑल्सो, वी कैन सी द वंस हु हैव ऑफर्ड मैक्सिमम फ्रीबीज, दे आर गेटिंग द मैक्सिमम वोट्स. व्हाई? इट्स बीइंग एक्सेप्टेड बाय द पीपल. पीपल आर रेडी टू टेक इट अप. Getting the point. Now, what if you offer them, instead of that, you're offering them, let us say, we will develop infrastructure, or we will strengthen our defense, we will improve education. कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं है. There is no interest towards it. क्यों? क्योंकि इसका according to the people who have casted vote, they are like, इसमें हमारा क्या फायदा है? फ्रीबी तो मुझे डायरेक्टली पैसा मिल रहा है, तो लेट मी गो एंड वोट फॉर दैट पार्टी. Getting the point here. And again, this is exactly in tune with what Bernard told. अगर लोग वो ऑर्डर फॉलो नहीं करोगे तो उसे इश्यू मत करो. If people are not interested in this thing, don't do it. Give what they are interested in. Freebie. It is understood that freebie culture, there is no doubt freebie culture will ruin the economy. There is no doubt. But still we are doing it. Why? That is what people want. Clear? He viewed authority in organizations as a fiction maintained because subordinates fear the consequences of rejecting orders, such as losing status or position. Subordinates often accept authority to avoid taking responsibility and to keep their jobs. They follow orders not because of genuine authority, but due to fear of disobedience and potential retaliation. Thus, what appears as authority is actually a fiction where superiors believe their orders are followed due to their authority, while subordinates comply for their own reasons. I have written this entire thing in green. The only reason being that we don't agree with Bernard's view. बर्नार्ड क्या कहना चाहते हैं? बर्नार्ड ये कहना चाहते हैं कि समझो अगर एक एसपी है, लेट्स ब्यूटिफाई इट अ लिटिल. There is an SP, and here you have a ASP. So, according to Bernard, ASP is listening to SPY. ASP is following the orders because of fear, retaliation, slash consequences. That is his logic. एएसपी डर रहा है कि अगर मैंने ऑर्डर नहीं फॉलो किया तो एसपी मुझे डांटेगा, या फिर एसपी के डर से, या फिर और कोई कॉन्सिक्वेंस होगा, मेरा ट्रांसफर होगा, मेरा प्रमोशन रुकवा जाएगा. इन सारे चीजों के वजह से एएसपी इज फॉलोइंग इट. इट इज नॉट बिकॉज एएसपी हैज एक्सेप्टेड द अथॉरिटी. Getting the point here, ASP has not accepted the SP. ASP, then why does ASP follow the orders? It is because of fear, retaliation, and consequence. This is what Bernard is telling. Clear till here? Any doubts? Contribution, satisfaction, equilibrium. That is the next thing that we are going to see. Bernard argued that an organization's survival depends on balancing the contributions of its participants with their satisfaction. I'll tell you what it is first, then we will go through the material. यानी कि कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, ठीक है, अकॉर्डिंग टू बर्नार्ड, individual will contribute to the organization and organization will provide satisfaction to the individual, जैसे कि सैलरी, बोनस, इंक्रीमेंट, टीए, डीए, all of that. According to Bernard, satisfaction should be much, much greater than the contribution. यानी कि give whatever benefits is necessary, give it more to keep the individual happy, ताकि वो contribute करेगा. This is what Bernard has told. Can you tell me whether this is possible? If yes, why? If no, why? No, sir, because it's not possible to satisfy each and every subordinate. Practically, what you told is right. हर सबॉर्डिनेट का सेटिस्फैक्शन का मतलब अलग 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 चीज होगा. तो ये सेटिस्फाई करना, इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. नंबर वन. नंबर टू, इन टूडेज कॉम्पिटिटिव वर्ल्ड ओवर, इफ यू एक्चुअली सी, it actually works on what principle? Contribution being much, much higher than the satisfaction. That is the reality. Everybody are working very hard. We have the likes of Mr. Narayana Murthy who will keep on telling that, Indians should work at least 70 hours a week and all that. Getting the point. But the fact of the matter is, most of the Indians on an average are close to working around, they are clocking in 100 hours per week. You know what that means? 14 hours on an average an Indian is working. 6 to 7 hours for sleep. So 14 plus 7, 21. वहां का वहां ही गया. 21 hours गया. They will either skip their breakfast, or they will skip their lunch, or they will skip their dinner. Then taking bath, brushing, going to toilet, वगैरह वगैरह. क्या बचा हुआ है? क्या टाइम बचा हुआ है? ना अखबार पढ़ सकते हैं, ना किताब पढ़ सकते हैं. The only other entertainment what they have is what? Movies. This is the reality. Getting the picture here. If satisfaction is more than contribution, it may lead to loss. Obviously, that is also true. If company keeps paying more, then obviously that will lead to a loss for the company. So no company will actually provide more salary than necessary. Classic example, engineers का वाट क्यों लगा है in the job market? The reason, and why is it that most of the graduates today prefers to be Swiggy, Zomato, Dunzo, या फिर Ola, Uber, cab drivers, etc. What is the reason? Starting salary of an average engineer today, it is still between 2 to 3 lakhs. स्विगी और जोमेटो में अगर आप उतना मेहनत जो एक नए कंपनी में अगर आप डालना है, वो उतना मेहनत अगर आप करने के लिए तैयार हो, you will easily stand to earn anywhere between 6 to 8 lakhs. अगर लोन वगैरह कुछ लिया है, anybody will pick this job up. Why? This will help you faster to clear your loan, educational loan, compared to joining a company. Getting the point here? So that is also the reason यहां पर satisfaction ज्यादा मिल रहा है. That is also the reason people are picking it up. Why people are going for that job these days? It is only because satisfaction is there compared to the contribution. Risk is involved, no doubt about it. But they feel, at least I am my boss. If I don't want to work today, I won't work today. I'll stay at home. It is raining heavily. I don't want to take any delivery today. I don't want to take my cab and go out today. Means I won't go. Finished. This is the reality. So we cannot say completely that satisfaction contribution doesn't exist. It does exist. Again, ulta scenario, let me ask you. If you are a stylist in a metro city, quite famous stylist in metro city, your salary's range will be around 1.5 lakh per month. Initial days, minimum 70 to, around 50 to 70, 75K, you will earn aram se. If you are working with very nice saloons and all, you will easily get. Let us say around 1.5 lakhs per month you get in a metro city. How many of you will take this job? How many of you will take this job if you are going to get 1.5 lakh per month as salary? Hair stylist. Hair stylist is the modern name. Purana naam agar dekhoge to it is barber. Now how many of you will take this job up? Nobody is replying. Why? Why the confusion? See, it's a simple yes or no question. Whether you will take it up or whether you won't. It's as simple as that. Even if it is yes or even if it is no, I can give an explanation for it. So, in case your answer is yes, you will take up this job, it means what satisfies you is money. Your meaning of satisfaction is money. Now, Lipika said she won't take it. Why? Because for her, satisfaction is not money. Not for money, sir, but their work sometimes fascinate me. Khyati is telling she will take it up. But their work sometimes fascinate me. Fascination, that is again another thing. Another discussion altogether. Here the only question is पैसों के लिए क्या आप ये करोगे या नहीं? And I will try to answer this. Now, I cannot obviously at this age, I cannot go and pick up this as a career. But let us say tomorrow my son comes to me and tells he wants to be a hairstylist. I will say, go ahead. Why? Because I have reached that stage in my life where I have understood ultimately you have to pay your bills. And as long as that money is coming through legal means, through hard earned means, I don't care what job you do. I don't care at all. And are you happy? That is the only thing that I'll probably ask him. Are you happy doing this? Is this what you want to do in the future also? And if he says yeah, As of now, this is the only thing that I want to do. I feel I'm at peace when I do this. Then fine, go ahead. That is what I will tell him. Getting the point? So for each person, the definition. So this is maybe what Pranav also told. That is not for the money, but I find it very fascinating. Maybe if he finds an interest. So for each person, the definition of satisfaction is very subjective. मतलब हम उसे precisely, clearly define नहीं कर सकते. Getting the point here? So it is very difficult to actually apply this in real life. Clear? Taking it further forward. Contributions are determined by the workers while satisfaction is provided by the organization. An individual remains in the organization only if the inducements exceed the contributions. Matlab salary. The organization survives by effectively offering enough inducements to maintain this balance. Bernard has classified the incentives that a man seeks for his contribution to organization in two major headings. तो इंसेंटिव्स को भी बर्नार्ड ने टू मेजर हेडिंग्स में क्लासिफाई किया है. जनरल इंसेंटिव, स्पेसिफिक इंसेंटिव. Bernard rejected the classical economic man concept and broadly agreed with human relationists with regard to motivation of people in organization. Classical economic man concept क्या है? That only money is the motivator. General incentive. But Bernard basically, he was against that. He said there are two types of incentives. One is general, the other is specific. General incentive अगर देखोगे तो associated attractiveness based on compatibility with associates. That is, the working environment is good. Colleagues are good. Manager is good. Totally. The informal relations are very good. Adoption of working conditions to the physical, habitual working pattern. That simply means, let us say you are somebody who wakes up very late. You cannot come to the office on time. But once you come to the office, you will do all the work and only then you will go. Your manager is also like, you come and go whenever you want, I don't care. But I want the work to be completed. If I have given a deadline on that day, the work should be completed. You are like, done. And because you are doing the work, deadlines are met, I have no issues. Come whenever you want, go whenever you want. Opportunity for the feeling of enlarged participation in the course of events. Enlarged participation in the course of events simply means increased responsibility, being part of prestigious projects. वो सब. The condition of communicating with others. How are the communications made? Is it very rough? Is it very disrespectful? All of that. ठीक है? So these are general incentives. As you can clearly see, we cannot, ये हम मेजर भी नहीं कर सकते. वर्किंग रिलेशनशिप कैसे है, वी कैन नॉट मेजर इट. एडॉप्शन ऑफ वर्किंग कंडीशंस टू द फिजिकल हैबिचुअल पैटर्न, ये कैसे मेजर करें? देयर इज नो वे टू मेजर दैट ऑल्सो. Opportunity for the feeling of enhanced participation, that is more responsibilities, we cannot measure that. Communication का तरीका, that also you cannot measure. मतलब हम इससे क्वांटिफाई नहीं कर सकते. इसको एक नंबर, एक आंकड़ा, वी कैन नॉट डिफाइन इट. इट्स इंडिविजुअल फीलिंग. आपको कैसे लगा, दैट इज द पॉइंट देयर. आगे. He traced the sources of satisfaction to four specific inducements: material inducement, which is money or physical things; non material inducements like recognition, challenge, prestige, opportunity for distinction from other; desirable physical condition of work; ideal benefactions, that is altruistic service, patriotism. So basically, he has told material inducement, which can be money or other things. जैसे कि in IAS service, if you see, again, I am going to ask you that question. IAS में salary, let us keep it 50,000 itself, but no bungalow, no car, no security. Now, how many of you will still prepare for this exam? Salary है 50,000. That's there. But you don't have other things associated with it. बंगला नहीं है, गाड़ी नहीं है, कोई सिक्योरिटी वेक्योरिटी कुछ भी नहीं है. सुबह उठकर, दूर है ऑफिस, बस पे चढ़कर चलना पड़ेगा. लेट अस पुट दैट. पब्लिक ट्रांसपोर्ट यूज करना पड़ेगा. Now, how many of you will still prefer to take this service up? I will still do it. Okay. So Khyati is not worried about the other paraphernalias here. For her, decent salary is there, more than enough. The job security is there. I will value that. That is also another reason. Other physical things means job security comes as part of it. Agreed. There's no security. What I meant is not job security. Okay. No security means बंदोबस्त के लिए पुलिस कुछ भी नहीं है. Job security is there, definitely. Job security and all is there. Just that you don't have bungalow, गाड़ी, ये सब नहीं है. Public transport में चढ़कर चलना पड़ेगा. There is nothing attractive. बाहर शौकी वाला चीज नहीं है. Clear? So you are taking it means what? Decent salary is there, job security is there, you are ready to take it up. Clear? Material inducement. Non-material inducement. This is the reason why almost everybody who prepare for civil service wants IAS. Recognition, the challenge, the prestige, the opportunity for distinction from others. This is the only reason why IAS carries that value. RBI governor, I already told you, is an ex-IAS officer. Very rarely you will, not very rarely, what is it? You're never going to hear any other service there. UPSC chairman, CAG, in all these bodies, if you generally see, IAS would have come at the top. But you will very rarely hear other services reaching these top posts. Getting the point, people? Desirable physical conditions of work. Desirable physical conditions. For example, let us say Indian Audit and Account Service. ठीक है? Your posting, you got it in Mumbai. Pakka 10 to 5 p.m. wala job. You are having time for everything. Exercise, gymming, going out with your spouse, spending time with your family, attending all the family functions. Saturday, Sunday, you are totally free. You can go for trips, everything you are able to do. All right, first attempt में अगर आपको IAAS service मिला, you joined also. Parallelly you are preparing, but somehow you are not able to. You are, others are telling you, अरे ये काफी है, ये सर्विस काफी है. See कितना अच्छा वर्किंग कंडीशन है इसका. But still you have attempts remaining. My next question, will you be satisfied with this, or will you continue for IAS? Perfect family life. सैलरी भी ठीक ठाक है, बुरा नहीं है सैलरी. आईएएस ऑफिसर का उतना नहीं होगा, थोड़ा कम होगा, बट स्टिल सेंट्रल सर्विस ओनली. Mumbai is the posting, the metro city itself, the economic capital of India. Now will you take it up? फैमिली लाइफ बढ़िया तरीके से चल रहा है, बीवी भी है, all everything is set. There is nothing to worry. Continue for IAS. That is what Lipika told. No, I will still continue for IAS. Why? Desirable physical condition of work is not actually a it is not something that brings satisfaction to Lipika. For Lipika, what really matters is the non-material inducement. Getting the point? So one of my friend, so when everybody, our gang entirely, I told you this already also, I guess, our gang entirely, majority of them got into Indian Forest Service only. A few of us like me, I'm into teaching. The others have gone to Australia, UK and all, doing really, really well in the respective countries. उनमें से एक बंदा, he's from Tamil Nadu and he cleared Indian Forest Service. He got a posting also in Tamil Nadu. IFOS क्लियर भी किया, तमिलनाडु में ही पोस्टिंग भी मिल गया. He was still having another 3 attempts. He decided not to give it. Why? Posting is in your home cadre. And basically, it is in a certain area only, wherever, obviously, where forest is there, that is where they are going to appoint these officers. That is ultimately what Indian Forest Service is, or at least where a forest area is near. There is no point in appointing a forest officer in the heart of Chennai city. Getting the picture here. So, that region again, if you see, it is either close to his home or it is close to his wife's home. So, between that areas only, his postings will be there. Between those districts only. He decided not to give only. Not to give any further attempt. Why? Desirable physical condition of work. You can eat your own food. You can speak your own language. You can go watch your favorite actors' movies. You are in touch with both your families, that is in-laws as well as your own family. What more do you want? Getting the picture here. Ideal benefactions, altruistic service, patriotism, etc. That is basically our army, our ISRO. However, Bernard says that material rewards are ineffective beyond subsistence level. एक हद के बाद money will not excite people anymore. Money से ज्यादा what will actually excite people is the challenge of a job. क्या कैसे उसे चैलेंज करता है, जहां दिमाग इस्तेमाल करना पड़ रहा है, जहां पर सोचना पड़ रहा है, that is what will excite people. That is what Bernard is telling. Clear? So Bernard is telling एक contribution देने के लिए, लेकिन the point here is how are you going to do it? How do you know which individual wants which inducement? So Pranav is telling he will continue to prepare. Khyati is telling she will also continue. Lipika also told she will also continue. But if I was in your position and if I got into Indian Audit and Account Service, it is in Mumbai, 10 to 5 p.m. My job is, I have plenty of time to spend with my wife. My kids are there or whatever. Kids बनाने में टाइम नहीं मिला, फिर भी सैटरडे संडेज आई एम फ्री, I'll take up that job. I'll not prepare further for IAS. Why? Because according to me, I need to spend more time with my family. That is what I consider to be the most, priority. My priority is that I need to get more time to spend with my family. So, individual to individual, when this keeps on varying, how can an organization cater to every individual's subjective demand? It becomes very difficult. And in the fast moving world, we don't have the time to go and ask, बेटा बोलो तुम्हें क्या चाहिए और तुम्हें क्या चाहिए, क्या मैं अगर क्या दूं तो तुम खुश हो जाएंगे, वक्त नहीं है. मान लिया कि ये सब सही है, we agree with this, but in a practical world what will actually work is what? Classical thinkers, which is what? पैसा दे दो, बात खत्म करो. Getting the point here. Taking it further forward. Zone of indifference. We are taking it separately now. There are three types of orders according to Bernard. Orders which are unacceptable and are not obeyed. Orders which are on neutral line, either just acceptable or just unacceptable. Orders which are unquestionably acceptable. These orders fall within the zone of indifference. What I showed you here. Whatever falls inside, they are acceptable. Whatever falls outside, they are not acceptable. And whatever is here, that is either just acceptable or non-acceptable. Any doubts here? Bernard's acceptance theory of authority is influenced by the zone of indifference, which determines which orders subordinates will accept or reject. Orders within this zone are accepted without hesitation, while those outside are rejected. Bernard emphasized the importance of expanding this zone by ensuring that superiors issue communications that fall within it. This can be achieved through incentives aligning with the contribution satisfaction equilibrium theory. मतलब क्या है? This is the current zone of indifference, and this is the order that is lying outside. तो मेरा जिम्मेदारी क्या है एज अ सुपीरियर? As a superior or as the government, my responsibility is to enlighten the Indian public. इंडियन वोटर के दिमाग के अंदर थोड़ा थोड़ा सोच बदलने के लिए मुझे एफर्ट डालना पड़ेगा. I should keep highlighting the importance of infrastructure, the importance of defense, the importance of education, the importance of health. And how can I do this? Through incentives. General incentive, specific incentive. I should highlight and show कि अगर अच्छे infrastructure है, when the conditions around me is clean, it is good, अच्छे roads है, अच्छे connectivity है, how things will improve. Getting the point. So when people see that अरे वाह government इतना सब कुछ कर रहा है, अरे वाह road अच्छा है, automatically what will happen? The zone of indifference will start then to expand. So the zone of indifference has expanded now because of what? Contribution, satisfaction, equilibrium. That is, government still continues to invest in infrastructure, defense, etc. to the point where people realize, oh, ये सब होने के वजह से देखो क्या हुआ है यहां पर. And then their सोच changes and then they will start accepting कि freebies के अलावा ये भी हमें चाहिए. Any doubts? So according to Bernard, the only way to increase the zone of indifference is by playing with the contribution, satisfaction, equilibrium. Any questions? All right, moving on. Next heading, functions of a leader. Bernard sees leadership as crucial for fostering cooperation within an organization. Leaders must create an environment that encourages commitment, balancing realism with idealism, acting decisively even when outcomes are uncertain, and pursuing long term goals. This is very interesting because ये सेंटेंस पढ़ने के बाद हमें क्या लग रहा है? Decisively you must act. Balancing realism with idealism. रियलिस्टिक भी होना चाहिए, थोड़ा आइडियलिस्टिक होना चाहिए. यानी कि ये स्टेटमेंट पढ़ने से हमें क्या लग रहा है? ही प्रिफर्ड स्ट्रॉन्ग लीडर. He views responsibility as the key executive function, defined as the influence of personal moral codes on behavior despite contrary impulses. Influence of personal moral code. On behavior despite contrary impulses. सब लोग रिश्वत ले रहे हैं लेकिन यू हैव डिसाइडेड यू आर नेवर गोइंग टू टेक इट. आपके सीनियर ले रहे हैं, आपके जूनियर्स ले रहे हैं, आपके कॉलीग्स ले रहे हैं. यू आर द ओनली वन इन दैट डिपार्टमेंट हु इज नॉट टेकिंग इट. Getting the point? Why? Your personal moral code. Even though impulses around you, the forces around you is actually trying to make you corrupt. You are not being corrupt. According to Bernard, internal moral sanctions are more effective than external ones in regulating organizational conduct. Internal moral sanctions. खुद के ethics is more important than external punishment. खुद के अंदर एक ethics होना चाहिए. कि भाई ये गलत काम है, आई शुडंट डू दिस, rather than external punishment. This is what Bernard has told. How many of you are aware of Rule 56J? रूल 56J क्या है? एक्चुअली एक पुराना रूल है, ये कोई नया रूल नहीं है, बहुत पहले ही इट इज देयर अंडर सेंट्रल सिविल सर्विस कॉन्डक्ट रूल्स. इफ एन ऑफिसर इज फाउंड टू बी फिजिकली और मेंटली अनफिट to continue in the profession, they can be compulsorily retired. That is the word. Compulsory retirement. ठीक है. आज बहुत कम अखबार इसके बारे में जिक्र करते हैं. And very few papers actually talk about the importance of this, because in the last 10 years, more than 700 officers have been sent home. And in that list, you have all India service officers also, central government services also. State का नहीं, because this is used only by the central government. 700 से ज्यादा ऑफिसर्स पिछले 10 साल में टाटा बाय बाय कहकर बोल दिया है कि भाई तू घर में बैठ, तू घर में बैठोगे ही गवर्नमेंट का फायदा है. Getting the point? Silent killer it is. They are basically taking down all those officers who have been found to be too corrupt. Allegations of sexual misconduct is very high on them, or very strong are there. Number 3, constantly applying leave, medical leave. मुझे ये बुखार है, मुझे वो बुखार है, etc. etc. So they are using it. The fact that more than 700 officers had to be sent home, government had to take such a strict punishment, clearly tells us what? कि भैया मॉरल सैंक्शंस का उतना यूज नहीं है. 700 ऑफिसर्स यू हैड टू कंपल्सरली सेंड होम मींस इमेजिन हाउ बैड द सिस्टम इज. ऐसा नहीं कि बस 700 ऑफिसर्स ही बुरे थे ना, देयर आर ऑफिसर्स हु आर इवन मोर बुरा देन दैट, बट ये उनमें से सबसे बुरे थे. ना कोई काम कर रहा था, ऊपर से रिश्वत ले रहा था, या फिर फेक मेडिकल सर्टिफिकेट सबमिट कर दे वर गोइंग ऑन टेकिंग लीव, सिस्टम का गलत फायदा ले रहा था. बेच दिया अगर, मीन्स व्हाट? यू स्टिल नीड एक्सटर्नल सैंक्शंस. एक्सटर्नल सैंक्शंस का मतलब है एक्सटर्नल पनिशमेंट्स. क्लियर? आगे. The 5 essential qualities of a leader according to Bernard are vitality and endurance. That is, energy होना चाहिए, and कुछ भी फेस करने के लिए हिम्मत होना चाहिए, डिसिसिवनेस होना चाहिए, डिसीजन ले लो. Either you can take a bad decision or you can take a good decision, but never ever do one thing, which is what? Indecisiveness. फैसला ले लो, जो भी करना है, इधर हां या ना, उसके ऊपर मत बैठो. हमें कुछ करना पड़ेगा, हमें कुछ करना पड़ेगा. माई अर्लियर सीनियर वॉज लाइक दैट. शी कीप गेटिंग स्ट्रेस. दैट इज रूटीन वर्क मीन शी गेट्स नो इश्यूज. कोई टेढ़ा वेढ़ा सवाल आ गया, पार्लियामेंट में कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ लिया, या फिर कोई नया मुसीबत आ गया, शी इमीडिएटली गेट्स वर्कड अप. She becomes very nervous, she starts sweating, she starts palpitating, and you will be wondering, यार इतना टेंशन क्यों ले रहा है? काम ही तो है, मालूम है तो मालूम है, बोलेंगे नहीं तो नहीं, खत्म बात. She'll be like, no, we should plan this properly, and that planning will remain as planning. Persuasiveness. You should have the ability to persuade people to do something. Persuade means समझाकर उनसे काम करवाना. जिम्मेदारी, intellectual capacity. According to Bernard, leadership depends upon 3 things: the individual, the followers, the conditions, which is also true. According to him, all the work undertaken by the executives in an organization are not executive work. According to him, the functions of executive can be classified under 3 heads: formulation of purpose and objectives, maintenance of organization communication, securing essential services from individuals. One by one we will see this. That is सारा काम एक एग्जीक्यूटिव का एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर will not be executive work completely. So there are 3 things that they basically do. starting with formulation of purpose and objective. एग्जीक्यूटिव का पहला काम है कि भैया काम क्या है, गोल क्या है, मिशन क्या है, व्हाट आर वी प्लानिंग टू डू, साफ साफ बताओ. दैट इज द फर्स्ट एंड फॉर्मल पर्पस ऑफ एन एग्जीक्यूटिव. एनी डाउट्स स्टिल हियर पीपल? एनी डाउट्स? It includes defining organizational positions and maintaining a personnel system, preparing organizational chart, specification of duties, division of work, etc. All come under defining organizational structure. Assumption of responsibility and delegation. Yeah, that is organization के positions, personal system, organizational chart, स्पेसिफिकेशन ऑफ ड्यूटीज, डिविजन ऑफ वर्क. मतलब पूरा स्ट्रक्चर डिफाइन करो. कौन कौन से लेवल पर कौन कौन आएगा, हर लेवल का काम क्या होगा, कौन किसको रिपोर्ट करेगा, सबसे ऊपर कौन है, सबसे नीचे कौन है. दैट इज द फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग. And this is the organizational chart also. ऊपर कौन है, नीचे कौन है. Assumption of responsibility and delegation of authority are crucial aspects of the functions of the leader or executive. Responsibility assume करना means responsibility लेना. And delegation of authority. अब ये क्या है delegation of authority? Let us say Chief Minister contacts the DGP and DGP and Chief Minister says, see, I want this one particular gunda. I'm hearing about him a lot these days in the paper. Who is this idiot? DGP says, sir, he's a troublemaker in that particular district. Chief Minister says, so why is he not being arrested? Sir, he has the support of your party, sir. What, my party? Yes, sir. He is actually supported by your MLAs only. So he said, I don't care which MLAs are there. I want that bugger to be arrested immediately. और जितने भी केसेस है उसके ऊपर ऐसा FIR लिखवा दो कि साला he should be inside jail for the next 20 years. DGP, done sir. It will happen. अब चीफ मिनिस्टर ने DGP से कह दिया. DGP थोड़ी खुद बंदूक और जीप में बैठकर he is going to go to that district and arrest that person. Absolutely not. DGP will inform the IG, Inspector General of Police, or maybe the ADGP. ADGP लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को कॉल कर बोलेंगे, इसको स्केच करो. इस क्रिमिनल का वाट लगाने के लिए चीफ मिनिस्टर का ऑर्डर है. पूरा फाइल जो भी है, गेट द वर्क डन, पुट अ टीम, पुट अ स्पेशल टीम, सारा का सारा काम जो भी है अभी के लिए पुट इट ऑन होल्ड. दिस फेलो, दिस इज टॉप प्रायोरिटी. ADGP will be done, sir. ADGP contacts the IG, tells the same. Straight away orders from the DGP this is. And I will tell you unofficially, if DGP is telling like this, it should come from the Chief Minister's office only. Because I have been working for so many years as a cop, now I also know. जब DGP कॉल करते हैं, क्या वो DGP का ऑर्डर है या चीफ मिनिस्टर का ऑर्डर है? So I will tell him very clearly, Dixon, it's a chief minister's. If my guess is right, it is coming straight from the CM. So don't make a mess out of this. Get your best officers for this job. IG will be like, sir, done, sir. IG will contact the AC sorry, the commissioner or the DCP or the SP. Put a team immediately, get this bugger, and you will directly report to me. Kuch bhi ho raha, you will directly report to me. What will SP do? Because it is a direct call from IG. He also knows that this has come from the top, the very top. Because they literally told him, drop everything, catch this criminal. So he is also having common sense. Okay, this is from the top. So what will the SP do? He'll get a team, he'll catch the criminal also. लेकिन क्या हुआ है यहां पर? सीएम थोड़ा उनके अथॉरिटी डेलीगेट किया किसको? डीजीपी को. डीजीपी ने अथॉरिटी डेलीगेट किया किसको? एडीजीपी को. एडीजीपी टू आईजी, आईजी टू एसपी. दैट्स डेलीगेशन. काम को डेलीगेट किया. लेकिन कल अगर एसपी से कोई एमएलए आकर पूछ रहा है किसके कहने पर तूने हमारे आदमी को अरेस्ट किया, सीधा सीएम के ऑफिस से आ गया है ऑर्डर. सर अगर आप चाहते हो तो सीएम से बात कर, ये मेरे ऑफिस, दिस इज बियॉन्ड मी. सीएम का स्पेशल ऑर्डर पर हमने इसको गिरफ्तार किया है, और सिर्फ गिरफ्तार नहीं, पूरा सबूत के साथ गिरफ्तार किया है. एंड ऑफ स्टोरी. कोई कुछ नहीं पूछेगा. दैट्स डेलीगेशन. Getting the point here. Purpose is defined in terms of specification of the work to be done, when and where it is to be done. The formulation and redefinition of purpose requires sensitive systems of communication, imagination, experience, and interpretation. So, purpose क्या है? Like I told you, it is basically to define the goal. काम क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, कब करना है. और अगर पर्पस के साथ अगर आपको कोई बदलाव चाहिए तो द फॉर्मुलेशन एंड रीडेफिनेशन ऑफ पर्पस रिक्वायर्स सेंसिटिव सिस्टम्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, इमेजिनेशन, एक्सपीरियंस एंड इंटरप्रिटेशन. If you are planning to change your goals, if you're planning to change your purpose, your systems of communication should also be what? Sensitive. Sensitive का मतलब क्या है? Ready to change. Imagination की जरूरत है कि अब क्या करें. Experience की भी जरूरत है. And interpretation की भी जरूरत है. Interpretation means whatever signals are coming, उसे इंटरप्रेट करना है फ्रॉम द एनवायरमेंट, द फीडबैक, ऑल ऑफ दैट. गेटिंग द पॉइंट. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द सिचुएशन, आर यू रेडी टू चेंज इज द क्वेश्चन. आगे two inducements are involved here. Executive functions are partly determined by the environment of the organization. It depends on the vitality of action. So the last point, if you remember, you should be ready to interpret. You should be ready to have an imagination. Getting the point. When the stone pelting incidents were going on increasing in Kashmir, क्योंकि per head Pakistan's offer was, per head they will offer rupees 2,000 if they throw stone at army outposts. तो वहां पर वैसे भी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट इज वेरी हाई, पॉवर्टी इज वेरी हाई. 2,000 रुपए दे रहे हैं तो परिवार से पर हेड वाज द काउंट. तो छोटे छोटे बच्चों को, टॉडलर्स आल्सो, दे ड्रैग्ड टू द आर्मी आउटपोस्ट एंड दे टोल्ड देम, बेटा बेटा पत्थर ले लो, थ्रो 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 थ्रो, और जोर से थ्रो. ऑब्वियसली व्हाट विल हैपन? दे विल गेट द मनी. This was going on at its peak. Indian Army basically knows how to take a headshot. They are very good at it. But even any army officer, पत्थर का दिल बनाया हुआ आर्मी ऑफिसर भी 2 मिनट के लिए, 2 सेकंड के लिए सोचेगा when a child is standing in front of him, क्योंकि उनके भी घर में बच्चे हैं. Army was going bonkers, going mad only. They replaced the guns with rubber pellet bullets. रबर पैलेट बुलेट्स का मतलब वो लगेगा तो भी व्हाट इज इट, शरीर पर, गर्दन के नीचे कहीं पर भी लगेगा तो इट विल लीव मार्क्स. थोड़ा चोट जैसा पहुंचेगा, जैसे कि मार्क्स, जैसे कि किसी ने हैज थ्रू अ स्टोन और समथिंग लाइक दैट. इट विल पेन, दैट एरिया विल पेन, बट इट विल नॉट कॉज एनी परमानेंट डैमेज. बट if the same rubber pellet comes and hits your eyes or something, you will permanently go blind. So this issue was happening there in Kashmir at a rampant scale. Government finally decided, go, demonetization, done. Very few people will tell this even today. Whenever they have to talk about demonetization, everybody will say demonetization was bad, this. People stood in queue, people fainted and fell, people didn't have money, there was poverty, many people died, etc. But what they will never ever tell is, demonetization के बाद एक ही हफ्ते के अंदर schools in Kashmir reopened. अभी दोनों के बीच लिंक क्या है? क्योंकि डिमोनेटाइजेशन के पहले कोई बच्चा स्कूल में नहीं जाता था, सारे के सारे जाते थे कहां? पत्थर फेंकने के लिए. अब डिमोनेटाइजेशन आ गया, फेंकने के लिए पत्थर पत्थर है, पैसा नहीं है. So what happened? They all went back to school. In the Hindu itself, it came. I remember reading it. It has a small news article. It came in the front page. कोने में आ गया था. This was the result. Getting the point here. So, whatever you do, the executive, whatever it has to do, it keeps taking feedback from the environment. The action should be very vital. It should have importance. Executive role is mainly related to the synthesis of physical, biological and social factors. सब चीज यहां पर इंपॉर्टेंट है. फिजिकल फैक्टर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, बायोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, सोसाइटी का फैक्टर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है. According to Bernard, the second function of securing essential services from individuals can be achieved by maintaining morale, education and training, incentives, and supervision and control. So, how do you get essential services from individuals? Especially when, conditions are not so great. Case in point being, COVID-19 के दौरान how did our officers work? ब्यूरोक्रेसी के बारे में ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को नेगेटिव ओपिनियन है, लेकिन कोविड-19 के दौरान एवरीबडी अंडरस्टूड व्हाई गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स आर सो इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अ कंट्री. जहां पॉलिटिशियंस डर रहे थे बाहर जाने के लिए, जहां पर आम लोग डर रहे थे बाहर जाने के लिए, गवर्नमेंट सर्वेंट्स स्टिल केप्ट ऑन कमिंग टू ऑफिस. दे वर वर्किंग एंड their moral education and training was also given to them, like what to do, mask कैसे पहनना है, कैसे हाथ धोना है, all that. Incentives and supervision and control. Private sector में where the salaries everything were cut off, people lost their job. In government not 1 rupee of the salary was cut. उल्टा everybody were getting paid, and वो भी महीने का सिर्फ आधा दिन आना है. Only alternate days you have to go for office, not every day. And supervision and control. Yes, you have to manage, supervise and control your bureaucracy. That was there. But this is the reality. Formulation of purpose and objectives. Moving on. Maintenance of organization communication. This function has 3 important phases. The first is defining the scheme of organization or defining organizational positions, maintaining a personal system, securing an informal organization. पहला क्या है? ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बना दो, उसके अंदर का पर्सनल सिस्टम, दैट इज हु ऑल आर देयर एट व्हाट एंड ऑल लेवल्स. तीसरा, वहां पर जो भी इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप्स है वहां पर उससे भी सिक्योर कर दो. सिक्योर मीन्स एंकरेज इट, let it be, let it happen. So if you see in MNCs, basically in these metro cities, etc., they will celebrate all the festivals. They will celebrate Diwali, they will celebrate Onam, they will celebrate each festival which is important for that particular state. The main festivals I'm talking about, they will celebrate it. Why? You are securing the informal groups there. Getting the point? Defining the organizational positions imply work division and specialization. Maintaining a personal system would involve selection of men, offering incentives, techniques of control, permitting effectiveness in promoting, demoting, and dismissing men. यानी कि बेसिकली रिवॉर्ड्स एंड पनिशमेंट, अच्छे काम के लिए प्रमोशन, बुरे काम के लिए डिमोशन या फिर डिसमिसल फ्रॉम सर्विस, ऑल ऑफ दैट. Bernard considered man to be neither good nor bad. They become good or bad in particular positions. Men should have general abilities like alertness, comprehensiveness of interest, flexibility, faculty of adjustment, poise, and courage, and specialized abilities like aptitude and acquired techniques. So, all these are important. Why? Why men should have all of this? Only then you can manage effective communication. क्योंकि कम्युनिकेशन का मतलब सिर्फ ये नहीं है मैं सिर्फ आपसे बात करूं. इफ आई एम टेलिंग यू राइट योर आंसर्स एंड सेंड, द व्हाट इज द रीजन? द रीजन इज इफ यू स्टार्ट नाउ, नेक्स्ट ईयर प्रीलिम्स के बाद इट विल बिकम इजी. यू वोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट कि आंसर राइटिंग कहां से शुरू करूं, कैसे लिखूं एंड ऑल दैट. इफ यू स्टार्ट नाउ, प्रीलिम्स के बाद आई विल सी ऑल दिस. पहले प्रीलिम्स क्लियर करने दो, बाद में सोचेंगे मेंस के बाद. नेक्स्ट ईयर इफ यू वुड हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड, मेंस और प्रीलिम्स के बीच ज्यादा दिन की दूरी नहीं है. इन अदर वर्ड्स, यूपीएससी इज अगेन प्लानिंग टू व्हाट, रिड्यूस द गैप बिटवीन प्रीलिम्स एंड मेंस. अब इससे क्या हो जाएगा? जो बंदा या बंदी पहले से ही प्रीलिम्स कम मेंस प्रिपरेशन किया है, पूरा आंसर राइटिंग किया है, ऑप्शनल का, 4 जीएस पेपर का, एसए का, सारे तैयारी कर कर रेडी है, that person will reach the interview board. जो वो शुभ मुहूर्त के लिए इंतजार करेंगे, जैसे कि प्रीलिम्स खत्म करने के बाद आई विल थिंक, वो डूब जाएगा. सिंपल. एवरी चेंज, माइक्रो चेंज यूपीएससी मेक्स brings a new jhatka into the system of preparation. Clear? So whatever communication you do, you should be what? Alert. The interest should be comprehensive. पहले प्रीलिम्स सोचेंगे, बाद में आई विल थिंक अबाउट मेंस, बाद में आई विल थिंक अबाउट इंटरव्यू. नो. When you are preparing, you should already start preparing in a way what? I am going to the interview board. फ्लेक्सिबल होना चाहिए डेफिनेटली. जो भी चैलेंजेस पर्सनल लाइफ या प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में आएगा, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू अलाउ इट टू इंटरफियर विथ योर प्रिपरेशन. फैकल्टी ऑफ एडजस्टमेंट, एडजस्टमेंट करने के लिए भी तैयार होना चाहिए. आज अच्छे तरह से पढ़ नहीं पाया, चलो ठीक है, कल थोड़ा और ज्यादा पढ़ेंगे. पॉइज एंड करेज. पॉइज मींस ऑलवेज काम एंड कूल. करेज तो आपको मालूम है, हिम्मत. Specialized abilities like aptitude and acquired techniques. You are very sharp. Clear? Securing essential services from individuals. This has two main aspects. Bringing of persons into cooperative relationship with the organization. Eliciting of services after they have been brought into that relationship. तो अगर इंडिविजुअल से आप सर्विस चाहते हैं, ब्रिंग देम फर्स्ट इनटू अ कोऑपरेटिव रिलेशनशिप विद द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. लाओ पहले लोगों को, ताकि दे आर रेडी टू कोऑपरेट. वंस दे आर रेडी टू कोऑपरेट, देन एलिसिटिंग ऑफ सर्विसेज. आप जो काम उनसे करवाना चाहते हैं वो उनसे करवा दो. But for that, first cooperation has to be established. That is actually the quality of a leader. Leader will lead by example. So I'll give you this example again. Yatish Chandra IPS from the state of Kerala. Kerala cadre basically is from Karnataka, but Kerala cadre is what he got. So when he was the SP rural of Aluva, it's a place in Kerala, Ernakulam district. तो वो एसपी था वहां का. So in Kerala, normally on a regular basis, what you will get to see there is various political parties carrying out processions. कोई समस्या लेकर they'll read a very big rally. तो आज उतना बड़ा भीड़ नहीं है, लेकिन उस जमाने में यू यूज टू हैव बिग 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 भीड़ एक्चुअली, जहां दो चार लोग आगे होंगे, उनके पीछे एक व्हाट इज इट 100 या 50 से लेकर 100 लोग उनके पीछे भी होंगे. The headache with this is that as it is the roads in Kerala are very narrow, when a procession also happens, traffic issues will be there. So these people got their permission, everything. SP rural he stood there, obviously, because to regulate the traffic and all that. So normal peaceful procession, they are supposed to pass and go. उनमें से कुछ लोग, it was a political party's procession. So उनमें से कुछ लोग ने क्या किया, बिकॉज न्यूज दे शुड क्रिएट, राइट. ऐसे प्रोसेशन हमने लेकर गए, इसका कोई न्यूज होना चाहिए, ओनली देन देयर इज एनी पॉइंट. दे टुक अ फ्यू स्टोन्स, थ्रू इट एट द कॉप्स. ठीक है. नाउ नॉर्मली कॉप्स विल जस्ट कम फॉर अ लाठी चार्ज और समथिंग. नॉर्मली they threw the stone. Apparently one stone, I think it hit the SP or it came near him, what I'm not sure. The next thing is the scene changed. SP kept his cap down and he ran behind these people. That is, you must understand, it's a huge big rally. Some 50 to 100 people are there. One SP ran in the front, charged at them like how a bull or a tiger will come. Like that, he ran into the crowd all alone. What do you think would have happened? That entire bead that was there, they just got dispersed. Pura rally dispersed ho gaya. And he had already seen who are the ones who had threw the stone. He ran behind them. He kept running. Now what happens? It is the SP who is running. Inspectors are there. Constables are there. They had no choice but to run behind him. क्योंकि SP को अगर कुछ हुआ तो that's it. They will get suspension or they will get transfer. So they had to run behind. But हमारा SP नया नया SP था, पूरा का पूरा fit, no stomach, chest out. He was running at a top speed. Cops were struggling to get even near him. News people, media was also standing there, covering the thing. They thought, okay, normal rally, it will go away. Suddenly the whole thing changed. Media also tried to run behind the SP, where SP is running at a top speed, chasing those people. And in between, you can hear people screaming because they got really scared. The rally people, and they were going on telling, yaar, wo pagal hai, wo aadmi pagal hai, wo aadmi pagal hai. They were going on telling that because they were not expecting the SP to give them a chase like that. पकड़ लिया, जो भी पत्थर फेंका उन्हें पकड़ भी लिया, लाती भी मार दिया, उठाकर जीप में फेंक दिया. That also he did. Getting the point here. That is how you elicit the service. How? You lead by example. Automatically cooperative relationship also will be established. People will provide their service also. These are achieved by maintaining morale and by providing incentives, deterrence, supervision, control, education and training. Bernard uses efficiency in the specialized sense of an organization's capacity to offer effective investments in sufficient quantity to maintain the equilibrium of the system. Same thing. तो cooperative relationship आप कैसे लाओगे? Satisfaction, contribution, equilibrium. General incentives के जरिए या special incentives के जरिए you can bring out people into a cooperative relationship and then elicit service from them. Decision making. Any doubts so far, people? Any doubts? Bernard's contribution to decision making theory emphasized organizational decision making over individual decision making. मतलब एक अथॉरिटी जो ऊपर बैठे हुए हैं वो फैसला लेने से ज्यादा क्या बेहतर है, सबसे मिलकर, इंक्लूडिंग द इनफॉर्मल ग्रुप से पूछकर फैसला लेंगे। एक ही आदमी क्यों ही फैसला लेना है, दैट वाज बर्नार्ड्स आइडिया। जनरली इन एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, परिवार हो, प्राइवेट कंपनी हो, गवर्नमेंट हो, all decisions comes from the top, no doubt about it. But Bernard's idea is not that. Decision making means everybody should be involved in it. He argued that organizational decisions are based on deliberation and evaluation, making them more logical and rational compared to the subconscious and emotional factors influencing individual decision. मतलब ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल डिसीजन मेकिंग में बहुत ज्यादा डेलिब्रेशन मींस डिस्कशन, डिबेट्स, इवैल्यूएशन सब कुछ है कंपेयर टू इंडिविजुअल डिसीजन मेकिंग। एक ही आदमी ऊपर बैठकर जब फैसला लेते हैं, प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, उसका सबकॉन्शियस ख्याल है, उसका इमोशंस, ये सब डिसीजन मेकिंग पर इफेक्ट करेगा। और इन अदर वर्ड्स व्हाट ही वाज ट्राइंग टू टेल वाज organizational decision making is better than much better than individual decision making. Bernard has indicated 5 significant differences between an individual's personal decisions and organizational decisions. Organizational decisions are impersonal and are dominated by organizational ends. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो भी फैसला लेता है वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए ही लेता है, वहां पर कोई पर्सनल इम्पर्सनल कुछ भी नहीं है. इट इज ऑल फॉर द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, what was the first thing he did? He fired so many employees from there. Was it personal? No. He basically did it for the organization's bala. Last 2-3 years, if you see, there has been so many layoffs in MNCs around the world. Google, Accenture, Amazon, the list goes on. Why did they do it? कोई personal दुश्मनी थे क्या? No. It is for the whole thing. For the organization's existence only it was done. Correct? Organizational goals are explicitly stated, whereas this need not be so for personal decisions. Organization के goals जो है वो clearly expressed है compared to individual का फैसला. कोई इंडिविजुअल क्यों ऐसा किया, क्यों ऐसा नहीं किया, इसके लिए वजह क्या है, ये आप ढूंढ नहीं सकते. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जब कुछ करता है आप पता कर सकते हैं कि इसका वजह क्या था. The ends of organization are usually arrived at after a high degree of logical thought processes, which may not be the case with personal goals, where subconscious processes predominate. मतलब ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर लार्जली एवरीथिंग इज बेस्ड ऑन लॉजिक ओनली. इंडिविजुअल लेवल पर यू हैव व्हाट, सबकॉन्शियस प्रोसेसेस, इमोशन सब कुछ आ जाएंगे उसके अंदर. दैट इज व्हाट ही इज टेलिंग. दिस इज जनरली ट्रू. आई विल टेल यू वेयर. व्हेन यू टॉक, व्हेन यू लुक इनटू मिडिल ईस्ट स्पेशली, ठीक है, अभी फिलहाल देखो सीरिया में क्या हुआ है. बशर अल असद लेफ्ट सीरिया, करेक्ट. नाउ वेरी फ्यू पीपल नो दिस. ही वाज अ डॉक्टर. ही इज स्टिल अ डॉक्टर, सॉरी, ही इज अ डॉक्टर. ended up becoming a dictator. तो एक डॉक्टर मीन्स somebody who is educated, somebody who is supposed to, uphold democratic values, human right values and all that. But what happened? He ended up becoming very corrupt. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Getting the point here? Not an organization. In India, we have organizations: parliament, judiciary, government, media, constitution. ये सब होने के खातिर, barring maybe the one example of where Indira Gandhi declared the emergency period. Except that, 1947 से लेकर 2024 if you see, decisions are largely a result of logic. अगर पार्लियामेंट ने कुछ इलॉजिकल किया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट आते हैं रक्षक बनकर. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई गलती किया, पार्लियामेंट विल ट्राई टू रिवर्स द जुडिशियल डिसीजन. ऐसे ऐसे द बैलेंस हैज बीन मेंटेन्ड. Personal decisions cannot be delegated to others. Organizational decisions and are in fact delegated. Like I told you the example of CM, DGP, etc. It is the organizations these are. It is a state organization with the chief minister at the top of the political executive. DGP at the top of what? Police administration. तो दो organizations है दोनों. तो दोनों ने मिलकर फैसला लिया, काम को डेलीगेट किया. पर्सनल लेवल पर दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. जो काम मुझे करना है पर्सनली, ओनली आई कैन डू इट, नोबडी एल्स कैन डू इट. ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल डिसीजंस आर स्पेशलाइज्ड, whereas पर्सनल डिसीजंस आर नॉट. स्पेशलाइज्ड का मतलब क्या है? स्पेसिफिक पर्पस होगा उसके लिए, एक स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन, एक स्पेसिफिक टारगेट पाने के लिए ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल डिसीजंस आर टेकन. पर्सनल नीड नॉट बी दैट. पर्सनल डिसीजंस व्हेन यू टेक, समटाइम्स इट इज ओनली फॉर व्हाट? खुद का मतलब, फॉर ओन पर्सनल सेल्फिश रीजंस इट विल बी. क्लियर पीपल? Bernard noted that decision makers must distinguish relevant facts from irrelevant ones to achieve organizational goals, which requires analyzing strategic factors. These factors must be controlled as they impact decision making. He observed that decision making is often burdensome, with executives avoiding decisions and not delegating authority, which adds to their workload. यानी कि फैसला लेने से पहले one has to analyze strategic factors. यानी कि दूर का नुकसान, नजदीकी फायदा, all of that you will have to see before you actually take a decision. And these factors must be controlled as it will impact decision making. So Kashmir mein bar when issues were going on happening, government finally decided one step towards this is what? Article 370 or 35 है, दोनों को हटा दो, so that the and make it a union territory, so that central government will have direct control over not just the external matters associated with JNK, but also its internal law and order. Police का भी control government के हाथ में होना चाहिए. Law and order. They went ahead and did it. They pulled it off. He observed that decision making is often burdensome. Decision making आसान नहीं है, फैसला लेना. And with executives avoiding decisions and not delegating authority. So apparently the Indian Air Force, one of the top officers, not very recently, this was 2-3 years ago, made a statement that के पूरा blueprint दे दिया था UPA government को कि we are ready for attacking Pakistan when 26/11 took place. They gave the blueprint क्योंकि they knew already LOC के उस तरफ, that is line of control के उस पार कहां कहां terrorist का hideouts है, already they had the what is it, blueprint of it. So they told, sir, we have everything ready, just tell us, just give us the orders. Did the UPA government delegate the authority? No, they didn't do it. They didn't give the green signal to them. Getting the point here? So this is the scenario. So decision making will become difficult if you try to avoid decisions, not delegate authority, and this will increase the workload. Obviously, it affected our army, it affected our defense forces, because if the orders were given, we could have gone and destroyed it, but then again, it just continued. So this was in 2008, correct? So following that also, if you see, in the next years also, we continued to suffer terrorist attacks at the hands of what? Pakistani trained terrorists, Pressure again on our security forces. Getting the point? Moving forward. Evaluation, that is the last topic. We will take it up tomorrow. We'll do it along with the other subsequent topics. Or 1 minute, 15 minutes is there, right? More than 15. We'll finish it off then. Kenneth Andrews criticized Bernard's functions of executive for its abstract nature, lack of quality examples, and difficult style. Abstract मतलब क्या है? मतलब it is not clear. Now I don't know how many of you knew this. Somewhere in London or some for European country, I believe, a painter bought a banana, put it on a wall, and that whole thing got sold for some lakhs together or crores in Indian rupees, I'm not sure, but it got sold. क्या? बनाना दीवार पर अटक दिया और वो खरीदने के लिए some intelligent fellow went on to buy it. बनाने का दाम कितना था? $1, $2 or something. The entire thing got sold for 200,000 or 300,000 or $1 million. So automatically we will feel, right? इसमें क्या है? What is the big deal in it? God Almighty knows. Why? Because it's not clear. That's what these are all called abstract art. क्योंकि जो बाकी लोगों को दिखता है वो हमें नहीं दिखेगा, आम आदमी लोगों को नहीं दिखेगा. That is what it simply means. ना एग्जाम्पल्स है और स्टाइल भी काफी डिफिकल्ट है. सही है. He did not give any concrete examples for us. We are linking it here and there with the current affairs. Despite Bernard's focus on purpose and cooperative efforts, he did not adequately describe or prescribe the process. Purpose क्या है इन cooperative efforts? Purpose होना चाहिए, कैसे cooperation होना चाहिए, he said. But specifically, he did not tell कि ये कैसे करेंगे. He gave general incentive, specific incentive. लेकिन what are the steps? पहले क्या देना है, बाद में क्या देना है, उसके बाद आगे क्या करना है? That he did not say. Additionally, Bernard was criticized for downplaying the role of objective authority. And allowing individuals too much choice in accepting or rejecting authority. यानी कि official authority जो है, imagine you join as a district collector and your subordinates tell you, na, we don't want this collector, इसे हटा दो यहां से. Can a system run like that? No system will be able to run. Neither in government, nor in private, nor anywhere. Chester Bernard significantly contributed to viewing organizations as social systems and applying a systems approach. Systems approach, we'll be seeing it later. Systems approach simply means what? Taking feedback from environment. He is the first person to actually tell that properly. कि environment से feedback ले लो and उसके हिसाब से बदलाव के लिए तैयार रहो. Other people have told it. That is, चाहे वो फायोल हो, गुली के नरवे को, they also have told. देखो आप इसके अंदर principles में add भी कर सकते हो, delete भी कर सकते हो. That is what they all have told. But specifically nobody told कि एनवायरमेंट से फीडबैक ले लो, इंटरप्रेट करो, इमेजिनेशन होना चाहिए. दैट नोबडी हैड टोल्ड. बर्नार्ड हैज सेड दैट. आगे based on his industry experience, his practical insights include the fiction of authority, zone of indifference, and contribution satisfaction equilibrium. He shifted from the classical approach by locating authority in subordinate acceptance. rather than organizational position. Bernard rejects the economic man concept, viewing organizational members as part of a social system influenced by physical, biological and social factors. मतलब क्या है? Money is not the only factor. Decisions are not always ऑब्जेक्टिव. क्यों? क्योंकि आपके फिजिकल, आपके इमोशनल, आपके सोशल फैक्टर्स, सारा चीज आपके फैसलों के ऊपर इंपैक्ट करेगा. He applied human relation theories to management, emphasized cooperation for achieving organizational goals, and integrated science and art of organizing. Very, very true. Whatever we have seen so far. This approach makes his work highly relevant to the modern world. So it is relevant only because, why it is relevant I will tell you. कॉपरेशन के बिना कोई काम नहीं होता, चाहे वो आईएसआरओ में हो, आर्मी में हो, प्राइवेट में हो या गवर्नमेंट में हो. एंड सबसे बेहतरीन एग्जाम्पल इसका है तिलक्यारा tunnel collapse that took place in Uttarakhand. Google and find out how many government agencies were involved there. State ka, center ka, etc. And all the agencies worked together. Generally, it will not happen. दो डिपार्टमेंट के बीच कॉपरेशन लाना ही नामुमकिन है. We saw Maharashtra State Excise Department and Mumbai Municipal Corporation के साथ कैसे what is it? There was lack of cooperation between the two. Here you had multiple agencies. Multiple agencies, how did they end up cooperating? The reason being that ensuring cooperation के लिए what did Bernard say? That there should be supervision होना चाहिए और कंट्रोल भी होना चाहिए. ये काम इन द केस ऑफ सिल्कियारा टनल वॉज अंडरटेकन बाय द प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स ऑफिस. यानी कि सिल्कियारा टनल कोलैप्स में जहां वर्कर्स वर ट्रैप्ड इनसाइड द टनल, टू रेस्क्यू देम व्हेन मल्टीपल एजेंसीज वर ब्रॉट इन, their direct supervision and control was taken over by the prime minister's office. इसके वजह से क्या हो गया? कोई ब्यूरोक्रेटिक डिले नहीं, कोई रेड टेपिज्म नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं कि मैं सीनियर हूं तू जूनियर है. नथिंग. एवरीबडी वर्कड. व्हाई? हाईएस्ट ऑफिस इन द कंट्री, प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स ऑफिस, वाज डायरेक्टली इन्वॉल्व देयर. दैट एंश्योर्ड कंप्लीट कॉपरेशन. No ego issue, no tu me, nothing. No red tapeism, no bureaucratic hurdle, no formalism, no ritualism, nothing. जो मशीन चाहिए थे, वो चाहिए थे, ये चाहिए थे, ओके अब ये नहीं कर सकते, हम ये ऐसे करेंगे, वैसे करेंगे. Which expert had to be brought in? Everything happened like clockwork. जो भी चाहिए था, it was brought and given immediately. आमतौर पर वो ऐसा नहीं होता. आमतौर पर आपको चिट्ठी लिखना पड़ता है, देन इट शुड गो टू द डिपार्टमेंटल हेड, देन इट शुड कम डाउन. यहां पर ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई दैट सिल्कियारा टनल रेस्क्यू is considered to be one of the biggest highlight of the Indian administration. What could have been an entirely botched up, delayed operation went real fast, real quick. Clear? So with that we come to an end of our class, people. Any questions?